Hey guys, welcome to the 180 Drum Challenge. Aaron's got another groove for us today, and this one's called the Industry Groove.
Yeah, this one came from, there's a Nine Inch Nails record called With Teeth that I love a ton. And there's a song on there called Who You Are that is not really similar to this groove at all, but it gave me this idea.
Cool.
So I wrote it way back then a few years ago, and something I always play in sound check, and something that I plan to use one day unless one of you steals it from me and uses it on your perspective records. So here it is, the Industry Groove. I'll do it a few different speeds for you, then we can talk about it, and then we can practice it, and
awesome.
then I can show you how Jake told me to do it. It's a different way that I haven't perfected yet, but I'll just clam it up on screen for you.
Yeah,
It's a little quicker. And you can play this, like, if you wanted to do a rack tom thing, you could as well.
Right.
And I think it's way cooler on the floor tom. You're getting more low end.
Totally.
So
agree.
you could do. Yeah, dog.
Dude. Okay, so that's where, especially with the rack tom, what was the other idea that you mentioned that I was talking you about?
So you can lead this left-handed, which is like so. The thought is when you're crossing under with your left hand, you're getting a weaker sound out of your tom. But if you were to lead it left-handed, you could get a stronger sound of your floor tom. I can't do it quick yet because I've just learned it right before we pushed play on the camera. So.
100%.
You can cross back over for the hi-hat.
That's it, man.
That's it, but it's not great. But you,
Oh,
so you could get it. You could get a stronger sound out of your floor tom by going. But I personally play it this way. Which crossing over always looks cool out front.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, when you're hitting the floor tom, even that loud, it's still going to translate. It's still going to sound cool.
Sure.
Right?
And there's a hybrid version as well. Like I showed you on the floor tom, I showed you on the rack tom. You can do this, which is really cool. So you get a little bit of a descending tone. You know?
And what if you played that groove keeping your left hand on the snare the whole time? As we start to now, we'll start to break it down and actually explain what's happening with the groove. But just to demonstrate that too, why don't you demonstrate it just on the snare so that it's not moving around? It's just real simple to visually see.
Yeah.
So the cool thing about this groove is it's all 16th notes. We just got right, left, kick, kick, 1, E, and right? And then the notes keep falling after that. So why don't you demonstrate it really slow and we'll break it down bit by bit.
Oh, we'll do it all snare drum.
And then now all you're doing is taking that first left hand and moving it to the floor tom.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's so if we did it super slow with the floor tom, it would be.
So the 1E and the 3E are on the floor tom.
Yes.
So 1E and a 2 and
1E and a ta ka 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 1E and a 2
and a 3E and 4 and a 1 and a 2E and So you heard the song, and it didn't actually have this groove in it. It just made you.
Yeah,
come up with
and there's
this?
been many different like live drummers for Nine Inch Nails, and
Yeah.
the first guy I saw play this particular song I got the inspiration from was Josh Freese, and so I'll actually play the groove for you.
Yeah, that'd be
That I
awesome.
and it's nothing like this groove, but for some reason I garnered that out of it. So if I can remember it, hold on. That's the groove where
Cool.
that came from initially, and somehow for me, like, I love that so much that
Yeah.
I wanted to use it. And for me, something that was similar in a way was the
Man, how did they come up with that? It's cool to hear the backstory on not only how they came up with that, but
Right.
the groove that inspired that, and then the guys that inspired those guys. You know?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's super cool, man. To see
Thank
kind
you.
of the background of that. That's a killer groove. Why don't we just head straight into the practice video and work on it?
yeah, we'll start slow and
Yeah.
we'll go up
And
the ladder.
I would say to any students who are a little bit overwhelmed by that groove still, take your time and read it if you need to. Look at it on the PDF. Make sure you understand how each part works. And I find for myself too, if I'm learning something really new and I'm trying to understand how it all works, counting out loud is really helpful. Like we did here, we went
Sure,
one
an
E
E and a 2 and a 3 E and a ba 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 ba. Yeah.
Just understanding the way each part works and the way it all happens.
And you know, especially like because of the crossover thing when you watch it live, like when you're watching it on screen here, it's so sketchy.
right.
To like you're like, what is he doing? You know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah.
And there's so much that's not the deal.
Yeah.
Like the crossover part isn't the important part of the groove.
No.
It's
yeah.
just how I play it.
Totally.
You know, but like you showed me
Means to an
before,
end.
you can do it this way as well, open-handed. So
Yeah.
it's all a matter of getting the parts correct, not the movements correct.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Awesome, man. Thanks so much, dude. Let's head to the practice video now and work on these ideas.
Ow.
Ow.